toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will go on the attack first. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the pressure. Back open in the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Seminoles are in the hurry up. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's Townsend. Fires to the wideout. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared, and he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity. Oh, he's got some space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Seminoles are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback adapted. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. Oh, what a cut! And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Townsend. Catch in the middle, it's Gray. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop.
Touchdown, Seminoles! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out. And
the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't think the quarterback made the right read on that play. I know they're asking a lot of his QBs, got a lot to focus on with the pass game and all the different types of runs that they have in their playbook, but on that play there, that pre-snap look told me to hand it off.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he dropped. What a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking for a man. It's Townsend. He lobs one high down the left side. He got it! And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Florida State!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll leave it with him. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions, and he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
To the air on first down. And as he throws, incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll go to the ground. Past the 40. There he goes. He's at the touchdown, no. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's long. It's a seam wide open. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time, Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
Buys a little time with his feet. Fires to the right. He's got it. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Noles with the 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. The give to the tailback. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Perhaps drawing confidence by converting an earlier 4th down. They'll try to do it. Converts on 4th down. Still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air. It's Townsend. Dances away. Makes the catch. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
First downs is that alone. Just on this drive, the defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Got it in the middle. It's great.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Quick completion on the out route. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Looking to throw on first down. Plucks it out of the air. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. Hauls it in at the 40. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Finds us back in the middle. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
The give to the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Back to pass, it's Townsend. Back swinging with the goal line. Touchdown, Florida State! And they take it in for 6 more points. He'll try to tack on 1 more.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
35, Penn State, 0.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Harmer. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Touch pass on the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Wants to fire on second down. Pulls it in. It's long. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the returner will be dragged down. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The throw. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Still looking on the move. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Breaks into the open. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense didn't hang its head. They've stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Give to the running back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Never a doubt. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Finds a little space. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Townsend. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Brought down at the 31, it is a first down.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got him downfield. Still running at the 40. Oh, there's an alley to the left. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. From the gun, the ground game. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you updated on a fascinating battle going down in the Pac-12. Eastern Michigan is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wake Forest. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The give on the inside. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch.
Oh, he's got some space. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
He's got the tight end. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7.
He's knocked down.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with first and goal because of great third down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even if you get in this part of the field when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Slams it ahead. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He's going for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. 1 man in the backfield, and he gets it. Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll try the left side. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The play action fake. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Going to the ground. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. And the Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. Scanning the field, it's Townsend. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. From the gun, running back on the move. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Right back to the well. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Catch in the middle, it's Pettis. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. And the Seminoles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own. Makes the grab past the marker. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Now they're starting to feel it. They got a 1st down at the 44. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Townsend. Going for it all. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Running to Green.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Breaks into the open. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. They'll give it to him again. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Noles. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
Running back searching for a hole. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Pass interference. Defense.
The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. The Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. To the air, it's Townsend. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Noles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And the running back there did everything that he's coached to do, right? They've got the lead late in this game. You've got to stay in bounds. You're finding yards. It's a positive run, but you're not going out of bounds. Really well done.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Right back to him on the ground. Picks up the first down, still moving. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Shoots it to the left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Dumps it off in the flats. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
On the play.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw.
Hauls it in the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the